This program is part of the Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. For more shows like this, visit our website at cosmicpotatonetwork.com.
Watching television, watching television. Watching television, watching television. I need all the image, I need all the sound. I know the info right into my mind.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Try by Pilot. This is the show where we judge an entire series of television and the work of hundreds on one episode. But you already know that, because this is our second anniversary show.
What?
I'm Bill Lynch.
I'm Elizabeth Lynch.
And I'm your sweet 2-year-old baby boy, Casey.
2-year-old baby boy.
Yeah, 2 years
You're
anniversary.
speaking remarkably well.
Well, thank you. I got hooked on phonics.
Guys, we've
This
been
week's
doing
episode is sponsored by Hooked on Phonics. Is your dumb kid not able to read?
Jeez. We've been doing this for 2 years.
2 years.
Oh, cool.
Gadzooks. Gadzooks. Hopefully you know this by now. We typically review the pilot to a TV series and then we judge it just based on that first episode. We're not doing that today. We are going to go back over the last year since our first anniversary episode.
Ooh.
Talk about our favorite pilots, least favorite characters, least favorite characters. We're going to answer some listener questions. We're going to maybe do some other stuff.
We'll see if we have time.
I just don't know how much time we have.
Yeah.
That's from a movie.
I'm unprepared.
Oh, shocking. Keeping with the tradition of the last 2 years, Casey is unprepared.
This
Well,
formula works for us, guys.
I've been a nomadic traveler the past 2 weeks, so. And my TV wasn't working as well as I'd like, which I realize is not a good excuse because I've already watched these shows.
Yeah,
We've already
God damn
watched
it.
these shows.
I'll think of an excuse.
You better fucking bring it because our first anniversary episode is our most listened to, so I expect this one to get a lot of listens too.
Oh, good.
So we need to like draw these people in, get them hooked.
You guys want to just like riff?
Riff? That's,
Yeah.
that's the whole fucking show.
No, it's not. We talk about TV shows. Liz, what kind of...
I was just riffing on my bass.
Oh, bass
Oh
guitar.
God,
Slapping the
Bill,
bass.
you ever play an instrument?
no.
Yeah.
Did you ever play an instrument?
Yeah, I used to play the harmonica, and I have a violin.
Do you do you know how to play it though?
The violin?
Yeah.
No, man.
Just
But
have it.
I just have it, but I can make weird noises that freak dogs out. They hate it.
Nice.
Oh wow, you can do that special thing with a violin where you can make a weird noise because you don't know how to play it.
Yeah, but it freaks dogs out, and they bark and gig and
I
they
had a
growl at
trumpet.
me.
Whatever happened to your didgeridoo?
I still got that.
Yeah. Do you know
Yeah.
how to play that?
I do, but I haven't played it in a while, and I can't really do the circular breathing anymore, where it's like you just keep breathing, like you breathe, but then you let your
Yeah,
cheeks fill with...
everyone listening knows what circular breathing is, Casey.
Okay.
Jesus. Speaking of didgeridoos, shout out to Simon, our favorite listener from
Ooh.
Australia.
All
Oh
right.
shit! Simon from Down Under.
Oh God.
He's no longer listening to the show. He's turned it off.
No, I think he still follows the page. So,
I just mean after Casey's
oh
joke.
yeah.
Yeah,
What do you guys want to do first? Favorite characters from the last year?
Sure.
sure.
Favorite or least favorite? Which
We
list
can
do you
do
want
both. Top five, bottom
man.
five, right?
Cool.
to start? All right, let's start with our least favorite characters.
Okay.
Oh,
How do you want
boy.
to do it? Like round robin style?
Sure.
Okay.
Who's number 5 on your least favorite characters from the last
Oh,
year?
you know what? I don't think I ranked them exactly.
Yeah. How the fuck?
It's because that's too hard.
How did we do least favorites? I mean, how did you guys do least favorites? Because I was just spoiled this whole thing. Which shows did you guys remember?
I just looked at the names and I just thought,
Yeah.
like, oh, did this show have a fucking terrible character?
We were supposed to do bottom 5 pilots, and I can only get 3 pilots where I'm like, I remember what these are,
Oh, really?
and they were bad. That's it.
Oh.
All right, well, why don't we just do
And
this?
then I have
All right.
about 15 shows where I just put question marks next to them.
Really?
And then I kind of remembered some of them, but
Let's just not do round robin for least favorite. Just
Okay.
like go through your list.
Okay. So my bottom 5 characters are Lexi Vaziri from Blood and Treasure. She was that annoying like detective. Do you remember?
She was
Or
the
detective.
she was the main.
She was the main. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, she wasn't a Blood and Treasure. Wasn't she the criminal?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay, yeah.
Criminal.
Well, she
Sorry,
said
not
detective.
detective. Sorry, not
Yeah.
detective. All right.
She was on my short list.
Michelle Vargas from Another Life. She was that annoying passenger, not passenger, crew member who was wearing like the red pants and like had a full blowout. She was so annoying.
What the fuck? What? Did
No
I
one
watch
would remember.
Did I watch Another Life?
You did, but
Yeah.
it was like
I have everything you said meant nothing to me.
I know. So Another Life was that show. We talked about it, I think, recently.
Was that Paul Rudd?
No.
That was with Katie Sackhoff in space. And there was like a mutiny on the ship.
Oh.
in the
It's
first
a
episode.
terrible
Right,
name
right,
for the
right.
show. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't
makes
like
no
recall
sense.
anything.
Yeah.
It's very stupid.
But I had to go in and like Google some of the shows and just like make sure that I remembered them correctly because some of them blended together. I
Some of
feel
them
like
or
we had
all
like
of
a lot
them?
of misses this past year as far
Yeah.
as like shows we liked.
I think
you
from
know?
now on, Billy picks the good shows and I will pick the bad shows. That's my
This show was
specialty.
terrible. The show was awful. We all hated it and ripped on it the entire
Yeah.
episode.
I said I will pick the bad shows. I didn't say the shows you picked weren't bad. You're just picking the wrong bad shows.
So anyway, she was one of my least favorite. Then
Sure.
the guy from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, Tobin, her coworker,
Yeah.
who was just like
From Pitch
awful.
Perfect? Or no, the Shit
No.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Shit Boy.
Shit boy.
Judith, the foster mom from Unbelievable, who totally like ratted her out
Oh,
to the,
yeah. What
yeah.
a
the cops
fucking
and was
bitch.
yeah,
What a
she
bitch.
might be the worst.
Oh, I forgot about her.
And
Fuck her.
Leon Beckley from Almost Family, the dad who you didn't see that one, Casey.
Okay.
Oh my God.
The dad who impregnated all those.
All right,
That's
I'll bring that back up when I go for my
oh
list.
yeah.
Go ahead. Are you
Oh.
done?
That those are my 5, but
Okay.
I was going to say something about Leon Beckley.
Oh, go ahead.
So the show got canceled because Timothy Hutton was accused of rape.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I don't know like full
What?
story. That's yeah. The show got canceled.
Allegedly.
I mean, it may have been canceled anyway.
I was gonna make that joke, and I'm like, Billy will cut that if I say that.
It may have been canceled anyway because it was such a terrible show, but I
Well,
think it was
yeah.
announced after that accusation came out.
Wow.
Yeah. So he really is a piece of shit.
Jeez.
Anyway, so those are my bottom
He
5
must just be a
characters.
method actor.
But that's
Allegedly.
yeah.
All right, Casey, your worst characters that you
Okay.
remember.
Let's see. The characters. The main characters from Pen 15. Just because I didn't find them funny. And that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Please
Sure.
don't tweet at me,
You're allowed to have it.
you whiny millennials. No, I'm literally picking the characters I can remember. Because I'm pretty sure I have a brain problem where I can't remember things. So they were in there. Who was the guy in the Twilight Zone? Was that Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him also.
Oh, yeah, he was dumb.
I found him very annoying and boring and stupid.
I thought about doing something with
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah, that was tedious. I would give Blood and Treasure one, but that's kind of a show I liked, in like an ironic way.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
so I can't look at that character and say I hated them. I think you were going for more like these characters are deplorable.
I think they both
I went with both.
Yeah. Fuck it. Whatever show Paul Rudd was in. Are we tired of Paul Rudd yet? Is he
I'm
over?
not really, but
Really?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. He's just Paul Rudd. I like him. That's the weird part. When I see him in things, I like him, but he's just Paul Rudd every time. Mm-hmm. Actually,
Yeah.
I like him more when I see him on like talk shows and stuff, because he's just a funny, like, nice, casual guy. But then
Yeah.
he just plays Paul Rudd. But
Yeah.
his characters never fit.
He played like a slightly depressed Paul Rudd in this one. Or very depressed Paul Rudd.
Fine. My next one is. I mean,
did you write one character per page? You just keep like turning blank pages.
no, these
in
are just the
notebook.
shows we watched.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put Zoe from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, just because she's basically the whole reason the show's happening in that universe.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put.
I can't disagree with that. I just really like Jane Levy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Of course. And then let's say the main character in All Rise.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Only because she's the only character I can remember because she's on the cover.
Right.
Yeah,
But
she's
she
pretty
was
boring.
an annoying character. I
She
thought
was
I found
probably.
her kind of annoying.
To be honest, I don't remember anything about that. I just remember her being on the cover.
You don't
I was-
remember the girl coming with no pants and then someone tries to shoot
Oh, is
the
that that?
judge?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first scene.
Oh man, that show ruled.
All right,
yeah.
are those your worst characters?
I think so. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really realized while going through this, I don't know anything we fucking did. I
just
I mean, it
go
was
back
an
and look at the
whole
list.
year.
Just look at the list of TV shows and like.
I did. I wrote them down. I even looked some of them up.
But do you know what? I have to agree though, Casey, because I remembered them more than you did, obviously, but I was looking at the
Yeah.
list and I was like, what show was that? Like, there were
Yeah.
some shows that I looked at that I was like, I don't think I could remember any character and I didn't like the show. Like, I felt like we had some like more forgettable shows this season.
This year
as
was-
far as like shows we wanted to watch.
See,
There weren't that many.
I remember everything when I go back and look at these names, and somehow Casey beat me in fucking trivia when we
I know.
when we did that thing. How is that possible?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
My brain works in mysterious ways.
All right, my
I'm both a
worst
genius and an idiot.
my worst
no
5
run
characters,
between.
and they are ranked from 5 to 1. Madeline Scott is my number 5 from Proven Innocent. She was the main character.
Okay.
So unbelievably boring and one note.
Proven innocent.
She was an ex-convict that got exonerated and had become a lawyer. Kelsey Grammer was in it.
The guy with the katana.
Oh,
The guy with the katana.
the red hair?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Jane Levy?
Number 4, Ian Yerxa, who was in Another Life. He was like the bad guy who
Did like the whole coup?
organized the mutiny, and then at the end tried to kill her again.
Yeah.
But then got
And then
kicked
she
into
got
an electric
kicked.
field.
He got kicked into electricity.
That was such a bad show.
It was just, wasn't it just like pockets of electricity?
I don't fucking know what
I'm
it
pretty
was.
sure it wasn't even like exposed wire. It was just like
It was like-
temporal anomaly
Yeah.
where electricity was just happening.
My number 3 is Rebecca, who was played by Fran Drescher in Indebted.
Okay.
She was fucking terrible. Did you watch that pilot?
I didn't know.
Good for you. It was
Her
so
name was
dumb.
Rebecca?
Yeah,
Fran Drescher's character?
Yeah.
Okay.
so dumb. My number 2 was Fred from October Faction.
Oh, I considered putting him on my
dad.
list.
Would I have liked that show?
I think you
In-
would have liked to have watched it and
Okay.
like been on that. I think you would have enjoyed making fun of it.
That's
I
what
really do.
I was gonna say. Would I have liked that show the same way I like the new Star Wars movie, where my brain can kind of enjoy things and then enjoy different things? Where like it could be really stupid, and then I kind of like this thing, and then that's fucking weird.
I don't-
And this sucks, and that's funny.
I don't think so. It
Yeah.
was really bad.
There were like a couple scenes and moments
So
that were
was
like
the new
that.
Star Wars movie.
Well, yeah, that are like either really weird or just like really fucking terrible. But most of it was boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that good of a bad show.
And let me just real quick give one saving grace to the new Star Wars movie, Babu Frick.
All right, my number 1
Hey.
my number 1 worst character from this past year was Roxy Doyle from Almost Family, played by Emily Osment.
Oh, I almost put her on my list too.
Absolutely terrible. I can't believe you chose someone from that show that was not her.
I
She was-
almost did.
She was so incredibly embarrassingly bad.
She was bad.
All right, let's do some listener questions.
Thank goodness.
All right.
Do you have some that I don't have?
I do. I think I have some that you don't have.
Okay, read one of them.
Okay. All right. So Angela asked which show out of all of them, I guess, this year was the best or has the most potential to be the best, like that we liked the most.
Okay.
Like which of the whatever 50 shows we watched this year is the best?
Like your favorite, yeah.
Well, we're gonna do a best list later. I don't want to
Yeah.
give mine away.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
Sorry, Angela.
All right. Well, we're gonna answer
Yeah,
Angela's question.
we will
later.
answer it, but it will be later during
Yeah.
our other
Yes.
segment.
Amy asked which question peaked at which show peaked at the pilot episode and then went downhill if you watched beyond the first episode.
Oh,
that
that's a
is
good
interesting.
question. That's a good question.
Oh, I don't know. Probably Whiskey Cavalier.
I'd say that's a good answer,
Oh.
actually.
You know what? I have a better one. In the Dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one with the blind.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of all sorts of different things to do for this. Like I was gonna like try to pick the shittiest show and just watch the whole thing and then talk about it. But all of our like best shitty shows were last year. So I was like, all right, let me see what else I can watch to kind of be like, guess what I watched. So I started watching that one, and I was just like, I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah.
Like
I think. Did you watch some of that?
I watched some of that too, and I just same thing. I
Yeah.
just I just lost interest really quickly.
it was like kind of like an okay show in the beginning, and then I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I still might watch it.
I don't know if I have, like, maybe The Unicorn. Like, I thought the pilot was pretty funny. We watched a couple more episodes, and I was like, this
Yeah.
isn't great.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe Abby's?
Yeah.
But that's like saying, that's like, would imply that like that pilot was great. It wasn't
Right,
great.
yeah,
It's just
it
like
was
the
so
rest of the show wasn't.
Yeah, the pilot was
Yeah.
so stupid.
I watched more of it, but it was just.
Didn't you watch the whole
whatever.
season?
Um,
Or no?
I don't know actually.
I can't remember. That was
I
like
don't know.
almost a year ago.
Yeah.
I would also say one that I actually watched the whole season, probably Carnival Row.
Oh, that's
Just
right.
because it wasn't that good of a show, but the pilot was like, okay, this is kind of different, and then it was
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
So that could be one where I was like, I'll keep watching it, but you know, nothing is not getting better.
Right,
At
right.
best, it kind of stagnated.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an answer for Angela's question.
Okay.
I say what has the potential to be the best is Dublin Murders. And I can say that because
You didn't
I
watch
didn't
it?
finish watching it yet. So,
Well, that could have still been on your pilot list, best pilot list
oh yeah,
from the
it
past
is.
year.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, spoiler.
Spoiler.
But now let's talk about our favorite characters.
Favorite
from the past.
characters?
Ooh.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think it's funny. My two top 5 characters are Maya Ishii Peters and Anna Cohn from Pen 15.
You number 1 and number 2?
Number 1 and number 2.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
love them.
Yeah,
I-
they weren't like the worst. They were just my worst that I could remember.
Right.
Yeah. They didn't make my top 5, but they were on my list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cassie from Dublin Murders.
Okay.
Okay.
She was exactly how I pictured her in the books. I thought they did a great job with that. Jen Harding from Dead to Me.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5 from Umbrella Academy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it?
Those are my top 5.
Oh yeah, she said.
I forgot you said the first 2.
Yeah.
Casey, you want to go?
Sure. These are in no order. I would say probably Klaus from Umbrella Academy. Probably Frenchie from The Boys. I really like Frenchie.
Oh, Frenchie. Yeah, he was good.
He was cool. What was the main character's name in Undone?
I don't remember.
I really liked her character, but I can't remember her name.
I
but,
didn't continue watching that. So I don't know.
Oh,
But yeah, you
that's
know,
one I wish I had watched.
her, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna say one of the characters from The Witcher. I think maybe I forget his name. Maybe the Bard.
Dandelion?
Dandelion, is that his name?
Yeah.
I think he was probably my favorite in that show, so I'll give him that one. I liked. Oh man, see, I'm bad with names too. I liked the little girl from what the hell is it called? His Dark Materials.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was cool having like a young main character, but, Lyra, but who was like actually good at acting and like
Yeah.
I was on board with like her character.
Yeah.
How many is that?
I think that was 5.
Okay, there you go. And Baby Yoda.
I almost put Ciri from The Witcher. She was my almost Witcher entry.
Which one was
I thought
Ciri?
she,
Oh,
she
yeah,
was the
yeah,
young girl.
she was good,
I thought
yeah.
she was good. All right, so my number 5 was Homelander from The Boys, played by Anthony Starr. Just like the perfect, complete prick.
Yeah.
Like power hungry, egomaniacal.
Yeah.
Number 4 and number 5 from the Umbrella Academy. I agree.
Okay.
Just like, a 13-year-old kid
Yeah.
who's just like this quippy asshole because he's actually like 50 or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 3, Andres from Los Spookies.
Oh,
Did you watch that pilot or no? Los Spookies? It was
No.
really, really funny.
I
and this
think you'd
guy
like it.
Yeah, people seem to like it.
is like super into like occult weird shit, but he's the heir of like a chocolate fortune.
Oh, okay.
And he's like super flamboyant, like bright blue hair. Just really, really funny. And, number 2 was Marie Adler from Unbelievable. I just thought Caitlin Dever did such a great
Yeah.
job with that performance.
Yeah.
And my number 1 is Jen Harding from Dead to
Okay.
Me, played by Christina Applegate. I thought, in terms of just like best acting performance that I've seen
Yeah.
this year, she was so good in that role.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my top 5 favorite characters.
Very fair.
Great.
So we've already kind of been talking about this. I wanted to ask you guys, what are shows that you wished you had watched? Like you saw the pilot, said or hoped that you would continue to watch it. Obviously, Dublin Murders for Elizabeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said that.
I'll second Dublin Murders.
Yeah.
Not to take away your thunder, but I would
No,
have
that's
also
fine.
enjoyed to watch.
Yeah, so my 3 were Dublin Murders, Undone, and Righteous Gemstones.
We only watched one other episode of that.
We watched half of another episode.
Oh, that's right. So I would say, yeah, Double Murders, Undone for sure. I go back and forth wondering if maybe I should have watched Watchmen. Because I would say, again, to answer the question before, like, what has the potential to be the best show? I've just heard so much from so many people that really is just one of the best shows this year. So I go back. I don't know. I go back and forth. You guys have both said good things about it. Maybe I should have continued to watch that one.
It was good.
Yeah.
All right, Susan asks some ridiculous questions.
She did. She's so funny.
Hey, wait, I didn't get to say my other ones I wanted to
Oh,
watch.
well, go
sorry,
ahead,
go ahead.
motherfucker.
I wanted to watch 2 shows that you guys are yelling at me about. I wanted to watch Chernobyl. Oh. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those shows. Like, I have, what the hell is that Italian show we watched?
My Brilliant
Friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have that, like, favorited, like, I'm just going to binge it one day because I want to rewatch, like, the first 2 episodes because you know, I don't want to start, like, in that weird
Yeah.
2 years ago. So I have that still. Chernobyl I want to watch. And I want to rewatch Dark. Because
Oh,
You should
yeah.
rewatch Dark.
I agree.
I still,
I do too.
I'm not sure about the cinematography thing, but I'm interested in the fact that, like, I had these feelings about it, but everyone seemed to like it. And it seems like a show I would like.
Yeah.
So,
Casey's not sure about the show that won all the cinematography awards.
wow, that means so much. God.
Well,
You know that he gets very defensive if we disagree
don't
with him
shit
about
talk
a show.
Dark, motherfucker.
Well, the first episode sucked.
All right, if you were locked in a room and had to watch an entire season of a show you hated, which would it be? And Susan gives us choices:
Okay.
Rise, All Rise, The Rook, or Indebted.
See, I like The Rook.
I was gonna say, didn't you watch that season? Yeah, so-
I did. I didn't finish it because I was like halfway through, and then we did the thing, and you're like, it got canceled. I'm like, well, this is a show you can't watch until it gets canceled because you need to know what's happening.
Right.
So,
I would also choose The Rook of those 4.
yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Mm.
And for me, hating a show is so weird because I could easily hate a show when I first watch it, and then realize like this would be very fun to watch now that I know it's shit.
Yeah.
Or I can watch a show and be very excited how terrible it is, but then get sick of it.
It's
Because
funny.
he-
Out of all those, I don't like any of them, but I think I would pick Rise, believe it or not. Even though I hated that one so much, but like I think All Rise would be too stupid. Like not even any good drama in it at all. Indebted is
be
just
funny,
not
though.
that funny, and I was not interested in The Rook. So I feel like Rise, maybe there's just like, it's just like so dramatic that maybe it would be somewhat enjoyable.
See,
like maybe
I-
I'd get into some like teen storyline or
Yeah.
something, you know?
I think if you could like start watching it and be like, this is going to be so ridiculous, you could get past that and
Yeah.
kind of just enjoy the beautiful mess.
See, I think if I didn't choose The Rook, I would pick All Rise because there was enough ridiculousness to it.
Yeah.
Like the scene, the entire courtroom scene of the other guy, of the guy who like shaves his beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that like the
was so
lawyer pulls
bad.
out in the parking lot to like hit the kid.
Yeah.
Like there was just some stuff that was like so insane.
Every
Yeah.
plot point was the fucking dumbest thing that could have happened. Because
With that said, I don't want to watch All Rise.
It's
Yeah.
not like goofy like grocery store clerks. They're like fucking lawyers and police officers, and they're like hitting kids with cars. And
All right, another question from Susan. If you had to abruptly cancel a show that you loved to save the world, which would you be able to live without?
now we need to get into what save the world means.
What are
yeah.
the rules of this world?
Well, that's important.
She says, I bet none of you could part with killing Eve.
Yeah, no, like I would. Does it mean like everyone dies and the planet explodes, or just like a terrible thing happens and a bunch of people die?
I mean, okay, I think my answer
Because like
The first one.
Because destroying the world, killing Eve would go away if like the whole planet blew up.
Oh, true, yeah.
But if just like 200 million people died,
200 million, that's nothing.
but we still like I mean, in addition,
Okay, sure.
and we still get killing Eve. I don't know.
I would be like,
And then they would
any
want
of
me.
them.
Then they would want me on the show because I kept the show going
True. At a horrible
I
cost.
could live without a favorite show if it meant that I saved the world and I don't get to watch that show. There's
Well-
plenty of content that I don't need to watch.
Guys, I
I
would
kinda
give
have-
up Trinkets. I would give up the show Trinkets.
Maybe I'll
No, it
watch
has to
that.
be which show that you loved. You
I
give up.
secretly watched that entire show.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I'm kind of on the Thanos side though, where like, what if we got rid of all those people and the planet was better off?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we still have Killing Eve.
Stop killing you.
It's a win-win-win.
So Jacob asks, what is your favorite theme song from a show you reviewed? Or favorite theme song in general?
Okay.
Ooh,
A lot of shows don't have theme songs
yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, I
that's
know, it's a good
turkey one.
question.
The vast majority of shows now, or at least the ones we watch for the podcast, just have a title, a title sequence.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, because it's a show that we reviewed and I think we did it this past year. It's not a brand new show, but I might go with Game of Thrones because that's just a really great theme song.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
I
a
mean,
good
maybe
one.
it's the obvious choice, but it's just a really good one. Also, Cheers. We did review Cheers.
Yes. So yeah, older ones we watched.
So,
Cheers. Good Place has like a 3-second like little theme, but
Yeah.
it's great. The Simpsons we did.
Oh, Parks and Rec we did.
Parks and Rec we did.
That's got a great theme
So those
song.
were like
Yeah.
older ones. Of newer ones that actually had theme songs, his Dark Materials has a pretty good one.
Does it?
It's like just like an epic feeling song. It's 2 minutes long, which is far too long.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. Carnival Row and Nosferatu had theme songs that were like okay.
I don't remember them.
My favorite theme song of the year is Dark.
Okay.
Fucking perfect. Like sets the tone for the show. It's just this like weird tone. Yeah, it's called Goodbye by a German like techno musician called Apparat.
Okay.
But it doesn't sound techno-y at all. It's kind of just like an eerie sounding song. So that's my favorite.
Does anyone have like favorite theme songs in general, like not having to do with this show and what we've reviewed?
Dark.
But besides that, like growing up, did you have like Darkwing Duck or something like that?
Probably.
Futurama, right?
Oh, Futurama, yeah. Futurama's good.
What was Futurama's theme song?
Ding, 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 ding. Something like that, right? I'm pretty sure that's it. You guys have been watching a lot of Lion King.
We've watched it 3 times
a lot of Lion King.
this weekend.
Sounds not bad. Is it weird that well, it's not weird.
Allegedly, that song was from Lion King that I just sung.
I don't think we're gonna get flagged for that one.
It sounded just like it.
When you started doing the Lion King theme song, I immediately thought of the Lion King Sega Genesis game. I'm like,
yeah.
oh yeah, from that. Oh yeah, from that
From that
movie.
game. All right, let's go back to our lists and talk about our least favorite pilots from this year.
Okay,
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Great.
The Village.
Ooh, that was a bad one.
That was a really bad one.
That was from this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Almost Family.
Yep.
Terrible pilot.
That was also my number 5.
I didn't
Was
watch that
it?
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bad. Another Life. I hated it. Hated it. Proven Innocent.
Another life.
And Blood and Treasure.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is very similar to yours. Trinkets almost made my list.
Mine too. I crossed it off and put Another Life.
My number 5 was Almost Family. My number 4 was Blood and Treasure. My number 3 was October Faction. My number 2 was Another Life. Just so ridiculous. I actually went back and watched the last scene where she kicks the dude into the electrical field this past week. And then my number 1 was Indebted, which is
Okay.
a recent sitcom with Fran Drescher that we just watched. It
Ruled.
No, it was brutal, man. It was embarrassing. Like, just bad acting, old, tired jokes,
Yeah.
like, insane laugh track. It was the... Oh, my God, I forgot it. What was that show last year that I hate so much?
Living Biblically.
Living Biblically.
Oh, yep.
It was the Living Biblically of this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was quite as bad, but it was almost
That's
there.
quite the hurdle
Yeah.
to Limbo Under.
It was almost there.
Yeah. So, I only did top 3, and I'll explain why when I finished. Number 3 is Blood and Treasure.
Okay.
Purely number 3 because I thought there was some merit to how insane it was. number 2, these, this is going down. Number 2 was Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Okay.
Because what a tedious mess. And number 1 was the Twilight Zone pilot. Just because I hated it. It was so boring and felt so try-hardy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hardy, I mean.
From that movie.
Yeah.
I kept coming back to that on the list. Like I'm
I
reading
love
through
Tom
the
Hardy's
list,
dick.
and I kept coming back to Twilight Zone. I'm like, I don't really remember that one, whatever. And then, now as you're mentioning it, I'm like, yeah, that really wasn't that good. It was very slow and
Yeah.
boring. I did not like it, so I think that could actually also easily go on my list.
Yeah.
It was not
I had
good.
that lumped in with like my bad pilots. It just didn't make my bottom
Yeah.
5.
And now I will explain why I only got 3. Because I went through and I did like, up arrow for if I liked it, down if I didn't, X if I didn't watch it, and a question mark if I could not remember. And this was before I looked any of them up.
Yeah.
And potentially just as many as all the other ones were question marks. I could not remember any of the shows even after I looked them up. Like I told you guys, like I forgot some of them almost immediately after. I've forgotten some of them as you mentioned them now. So I was like, I'll just put down the ones I remember that I don't like, and if
Yeah.
we do a most forgettable, then I'll have a list.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. Any particular scenes that stand out to you guys from shows we watched this year? From pilots specifically. No, not specifically pilots. Although 2 of mine are. I'll go first.
Yeah, you go.
Because you guys want to think. From Umbrella Academy, the dance scene from
Yes.
I Think We're Alone Now.
Oh yeah.
That was amazing.
All right, that's mine too.
Where like they show like the cutaway of the house or
Yeah, cross-section.
the
Yeah.
cross section of the house, and they're each in like a room dancing. We like kind of see them for the first time like by themselves.
Yeah,
their
that was
personality
so
shine
good.
through. There's a scene from Chernobyl, not the pilot, but they have a bunch of guys go up to the roof to shovel off graphite, and it's all a single shot.
Oh yeah.
As we follow this like one soldier around as he's like trying to get the graphite off the roof. He has 90 seconds and he's going to get all the radiation he's allowed to get for his entire life.
Yeah.
And it's just this like intense scene. There's the dosimeter noise like picking up the Roentgens.
Yeah.
Every time he gets closer to the edge of the building, you like hear it like spike. It's just super fucking tense.
Yeah.
And like he falls on the way back, rips his boot open, which like doesn't really matter in terms of radiation, but he gets back inside and the guy's like, "Comrade, you're done. Like get out of here."
Yeah.
But like with a couple different meanings, obviously.
Yeah.
And then from Whiskey Cavalier, from the pilot, when he jumps off the car and all this shit goes down. And then after it's all over, there's like a calm proposal going on in the background.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh my gosh. I actually didn't think of any of my favorite scenes, but I might go with yours.
Okay.
Yeah, yours are good.
All right, moving on. So Peter asked us, how would we make a good pilot out of characters from bad pilots? Okay. And I have 3. I would put these 3 characters in a new show. Brianna Hildebrand from Trinkets.
Yes.
Ashley Cummings from Nosferatu. She was like the protagonist. And Cara Delevingne. Cara Delevingne from Carnival Row. They all have like kind of like badass female lead vibes. So I would put them into like some show where they're toppling the patriarchy kind of thing.
I was
Like,
just gonna say, like a
Okay.
nice female empowerment.
yeah.
Okay, so I think I interpreted Peter's question differently.
Okay.
Unless, did he have 2 questions?
I think that was it.
Okay. So I interpreted it as which 2 characters would you combine
Okay.
to make a better pilot? So I may have like definitely misinterpreted that, but so here were the 2 options.
Unless
that
I
came
did.
up.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. They're both like good questions. So both versions of Paul Rudd's character in Living with Yourself.
Okay.
Put those together and you make a better person. I mean, I guess that's the whole point. Which I did, by the way, watch that whole season. And I don't think it was a strong pilot. I liked the show.
Okay.
It had Dead to Me vibes. It wasn't as good as Dead to Me, but I really did enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Although, while that's a funny answer, it's not actually correct because,
They're still in the same pilot.
well, no, the new Paul Rudd was like definitively like the better version of the other Paul Rudd. That was the whole point. So if you combine them, they would just average out.
Well, yeah, I guess though if you watch the rest of the show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But-
Fair enough.
But then my next answer to that was, and then I realized later that this is not correct because this show technically did not fall within our second year.
Okay.
But I was going to say Jen Garner's character in Camping. combine her with either
A gun.
Abby.
He means
from,
to shoot herself.
I get it.
Okay, just checking.
Abby from Abby's, or Linda Cardellini from Dead to Me, or Natasha Lyonne from Russian Doll. I thought were all characters that like needed to like ground her the fuck out, like
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be an interesting dynamic.
So that was my maybe like I don't know, like Linda Cardellini was more upbeat,
Right.
You know, she's not necessarily the Natasha Lyonne or the Abby, but maybe something that could like level her out a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's how I interpreted that question.
Cool.
I would say the two main characters from Pen 15 in The Mandalorian. Yeah, let's see how like tweens deal with, you know,
yeah.
intergalactic space battles. You know,
It's interesting. They'd like love Baby Yoda.
Ugh, I ended up watching that whole season.
Mandalorian.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Do you hate
most
yourself?
of it.
It wasn't like terrible. It just like wasn't that good.
I'm
like,
surprised
everyone-
you did.
I am too.
I think we just had so much fun ripping on the pilot that it seems like we hated it way more than
Yeah.
appropriate.
But like I didn't
wasn't-
love the show. Like it was really just okay.
Yeah.
But like I watched the first episode obviously for the podcast. Then I watched two more, which I think we talked about on a recap.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this like still isn't getting better.
Right.
And I was like, there's only a couple episodes left.
yeah, that's kind of how I
And like
was.
people really seemed to like it.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I was like, let me just give it a shot. It was all right. It was
they should
okay.
have killed off Baby Yoda. I think.
Oh, but everyone loves Baby Yoda so much.
I know.
It's so fucking predictable. God. Sorry, we just lost like half our listeners.
Whatever.
All right. Last list we'll do.
Okay.
The best pilots of the last year.
Heck yes.
Elizabeth, go.
Okay. So my top 5 are in no particular order. Umbrella Academy.
You gotta rank them.
I don't rank them. Okay. Umbrella Academy,
Okay.
Dublin Murders, Dead to Me, The Outsider, and Chernobyl.
Nice. Good list.
All right.
Very good list.
Honorable. Oh God.
No. No, I'm not going to
mention?
start my list and then you can come back with an honorable mention. Go
Do
ahead.
2 years. Elizabeth will go back to honorable mention. We'll come back to yours.
I was just gonna say honorable mentions. 2 of my favorite shows that I didn't put on this list because I didn't think their pilots were as good was Pen 15 and Unbelievable. I didn't love the Pen 15 pilot. I appreciated it, and then I ended up absolutely loving the show.
That's fair. I felt the
that's-
same way, yeah.
And then Unbelievable was the same way because Unbelievable, that pilot was really hard to watch.
Oh, that was a brutal pilot.
And then I continued watching the show, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't put them on my top 5.
Do you know what the worst part about the show Unbelievable is? I want to keep singing the Crumbelievable parody to that
Yeah, I
song,
know.
but it seems inappropriate.
It's very
It is. Every time we talk about it.
Have I mentioned this before?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yo, unbelievable.
I will do my top 5, also in no particular order,
Oh my
other than the
God.
order that we watched them in. Umbrella Academy,
Okay.
The Boys, Undone. This isn't just pilot; this is shows too, right?
Whatever.
Okay.
That's you.
Just because I
your
love
list.
that show, and I don't really remember the pilot that well, but yeah, Watchmen, and no, shit, I did 6. Fuck
That's
it.
okay.
So Watchmen, His Dark Materials, and The Witcher.
Okay.
Those are my top 6, I think.
Nice. I did just the pilots, and I did rank them 5-1, so I did this correctly. I will say, almost made my list. Los Spookies, Pen 15, The Boys, and Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
I liked all those pilots. They just didn't quite get there. My number 5, The Outsider. Super creepy. A lot of like what the fuck moments, even in the pilot.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Number 4, Dead to Me.
I don't even think I watched that shit.
What, Dead to Me?
No, the other
Oh,
one.
The Outsider.
Oh.
Number 4, Dead to Me. Number 3, The Watchmen. I loved the world that they built in that pilot episode. Number 2, well, what do you guys think my number 1 is?
What did you say already? Can you say it again?
I said Watchmen, Dead to Me, Outsider.
I think your number 1 is Chernobyl.
Your number 1 is probably... I don't know, actually. That's a tough one.
Well, my number 2 is
Thumbdown?
Dark. My number 2 is Dark. Atmospheric, tense. Even in the first episode, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
The Witcher.
No, my number 1's Chernobyl.
Okay. Witcher wasn't even an honorable mention?
No, I didn't think the pilot was great. But I liked it. I watched the whole
No,
show.
it's fine. Yeah.
And I'm going to watch season 2.
Yeah, I was just I also went by the whole show. I probably would have.
Chernobyl was my favorite pilot and my favorite show of the last year. Everything about it, super tense. The acting, the writing, the like the fucking raw realism of everything that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even. It's only 6 episodes. You don't even meet the main characters until the 2nd episode.
Yeah.
And like you don't even realize it because it's just so intense the entire time. Every like side scene is so good. Like the kid in the forest. And in like the town with the 2 other guys, and they have to like shoot the animals and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Man.
I forgot about that.
Oh man, that'd be such a sweet job.
It was-
shooting radioactive monsters.
Dude, just figure out a way to motivate yourself to watch that show. It's so good.
Just like text me like in 2 days and say watch Chernobyl, and I'll do it.
Yeah, Chernobyl,
'Cause, yeah.
fantastic.
I love Chernobyl. It's awesome. I just haven't watched it yet.
So that's my highest recommendation of the year for year 2 of Trial by Pilot, Chernobyl.
All right.
All right. Was that a one and done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was only 6 episodes. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I watched the 2nd episode and it was just like, because I can easily like put on a show and be like, well, I have like 4 hours. I'll just watch a couple.
Right.
I put on the first one. I'm like, I wasn't bored, but I checked multiple times. Like, is it almost over?
of what?
Chernobyl.
Oh my god.
Like no, like I said, like I wasn't bored, but I was like, is it almost over? Because I need this one to be done so I can do something else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then to be over, I'm like, okay, I'll watch another one like in a couple of weeks.
So that was year 2 of Trial by Pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
What do you guys think about TV?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a fad.
How many? Oh God, another one of these.
We are truly living in the golden age of television.
I have 2 would you rathers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have 3, but
Would you rather be stuck at Abby's, but all the taps have run dry,
Oh god.
or work with Zoe and be the only person that can hear and see all the songs in her head?
Oh my god.
see, I have an immediate answer
Stuck at Abby's for how long?
until you die of
I mean, I think you're just there forever.
until you die
This
of
is where
sobriety.
you go. This is the only place you can go. Like, you can't go to any other establishment. You can still go to work and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, you have to go meet your friends out. Like, this is, like, a standing thing. You have to do it.
I mean,
Like,
all right.
that's where you
I don't
go
even know why I
every
asked
night.
that because my answer is still fucking Abby's. There's no way I want to hear all that terrible singing all day, every day, where I could just go there and
Yeah, because that's where you work.
Yeah.
So you're there all day.
I could go to Abby's and not drink and still like hang out with my friends and play board games and stuff.
Okay. But you can't drink any... like, you can't bring your own. No
I'll-
lambics.
Listen, I'll drink at work beforehand.
Yeah, pregame dummy. Liz, what do you think?
I think...
It's a tough one, ain't it?
I think I'd pick Abby's.
Okay. Same reason as Billy is it's
Yeah, because it's outside.
terrible.
I like, if I'm in a place like that and I'm outside, like, I do like to drink, so it would be a bummer that I wouldn't be able to have a drink occasionally.
Yeah.
But I don't have to drink, so I'm, like, fine not. And it's outside, same thing, play board games, I'll just, like, bring
Yeah.
a seltzer, whatever.
Just like a chill place to.
Yeah, just kind of, like, hang out. I bet you she lets you bring takeout or whatever, you can grill. Fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if I worked at that same place as Zoe's and every time she can hear somebody's thoughts, I get distracted by these songs. Like, maybe the first couple times it'd be fun if it's a boring day at work. But then it's like I wouldn't be able to get anything done. It'd be so annoying.
Yeah. I would say 100% Zoe's.
Okay.
Yeah. It just seems like it would make the world more magical, right?
But you hated that show.
It was a terrible show, but I didn't live it. Imagine you were just living and like magical songs would happen.
Yeah, it would be cool for like the first day.
Yeah, you're right. Magic would really lose.
I don't
its
know.
all.
It
That's
would
the whole-
kind of be
that's
like
why
living
Magic's
in
so
a
exciting,
musical.
is because it's so limited.
No, it's not limited.
Well,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be in this fucking scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Magic is infinite.
Oh my gosh.
Any song you can think of.
But, like, you can't tell anybody that you know.
I don't care. Fuck them.
So you can't, like, enjoy... Like, because my first thought was, like, oh, I'd be, like, living in a musical, which has, like, always been my dream.
I don't-
But I can't, like, sing and dance with
That's
them.
always been my dream. That was such a genuine comment. It's always been my dream to live in a musical. That
Yeah,
is 100% true.
100%.
There's no way you just made that up. No, but I don't need to tell anybody. I'm living in this like world that's changed completely that I never thought would possibly happen.
Yeah, you just can't share it with anybody.
Who cares?
Oh, all right. I mean, hey, you picked your answer.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
fine.
I forgot. You guys remember how sociable I am.
Although Casey would kind of like to like have this like one up on everybody. Like, I
Yeah, of
see
course.
something you don't.
Yeah, but he just likes to talk about that stuff, and he wouldn't be able to in this case.
No, I don't. You guys don't know all my secrets? You guys want to know them? They're pretty cool. I'll tell you them right now.
What's your other
I
would you
crap my
rather?
pants.
Okay, my other would you rather is would you rather have Rebecca, I guess, Fran
Oh my
Drescher's character,
Gosh.
as a mom, or Leon Beckley as a dad?
Oh my God.
So Leon Beckley. So okay, so this one, Casey didn't see either of these shows.
I can picture Fran Drescher as any character.
Okay.
Being Fran Drescher.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Wait, Leon Beckley, I thought was from Almost Family.
Yeah.
You didn't see Almost Family?
What's Almost Family?
No, that Susan was on that episode with us.
The dad with the 3 daughters.
The Jizz Monster?
Yeah.
No, I never saw that one.
Yeah.
I guess Fran Drescher. I'm not going to
Okay.
pick a rapist as my dad.
Yeah.
Not another one.
God, you guys.
Sorry, Dad.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I just alleged it. Sorry, Dad, if you ever listen.
He won't.
He might. He's a good man.
Yeah, who would you pick?
Um.
Yeah, you make a compelling argument about not voting for a rapist.
I think I'd pick Fran Drescher's character.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to kill these characters?
No. Would you kill your parents?
If they're a rapist?
Allegedly.
Or Fran Drescher?
Or Fran Drescher.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I'd pick Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher seems like... I don't know her character in this, but
Obnoxious.
yeah.
Obnoxious, but she'd be your mom and you'd love her.
Or you could, like, slowly put
I'd be like,
poison in her...
if she was my mom, I'd be one of
She
those
likes-
really mean sons that was like, shut the fuck up, mom.
Yeah.
She like spoiled her son though. She like loved her boy. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Can
I
I-
mean, that's what I answered. God.
Yeah.
Get off
I
my back
cut-
about it.
Yeah.
She'd probably give me a complex though. I felt like that character, like she did not get along as well with the daughter.
Yeah.
So I'd probably have some like, you know,
Classic TV moms.
yeah.
So we watched so much TV for this podcast.
Yeah. When I was looking at this, I'm like, holy shit, 2 years I watched like 100 TV shows.
And like followed some of the series after that.
Yeah.
You know?
And like there's
Wow,
other
this
shows
has really
I watch.
opened up our worlds,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
to more television viewing. But you know what? Fuck it. Some of it's really, really interesting
Yeah.
and entertaining and thought provoking. Some of it's absolute shit.
Yeah.
And it's funny to talk about. So most of the stuff that we watch is for the podcast, but we all still watch some TV shows that aren't involved with Trial by Pilot.
Right.
So what have you been watching lately that we haven't talked about on the podcast that you want to just recommend or mention?
Cheer on Netflix.
Ah,
But like everybody already knows that.
Cheer.
Yeah.
So I'm not like telling anyone anything new. That's
what is
great.
Cheer?
Cheer's a documentary on Netflix. It follows a junior college cheer team, and they're like really, really good. And they win
Really, really good.
They win like national championships and stuff, and it was really interesting. They followed, personal stories from each of them, and I don't know anything about the world of cheerleading, and I know that there have been other shows about competitive cheerleading. I never watched them. So for me, this was all new, and I think it's like absolutely amazing what they can do.
Yeah. I've
they-
heard good
It's
things about that
very
show.
cool.
Do they ever make it clear that Burr, it's cold in here?
Well, also great movie.
Are you more Toros or Clovers?
I can't remember which one's which.
Clovers, man. The originators.
Oh yeah, obviously Clovers.
No thieves.
I don't
And
steal. I don't steal shit.
We don't blame all the Toros, but they're still using stolen material.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, Billy?
Sure. Hey, I saw that show 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That movie.
Movie.
What else? I feel like there's something else. I don't
Good
want to
Girls?
admit that I've been. Oh, Good Girls. Good Girls I've been watching. And
Oh God, another
I
reality
heard,
show.
I heard Good Girls Don't Cry.
Dairy Girls. I've mentioned that on here, right?
Yeah.
Dairy Girls.
Yeah. Every time you
Love
mention
is
it,
Blind.
I forget what it's about.
I don't actually really recommend Love is Blind.
But I've seen so many people on my Facebook like, Jesus Christ, this is terrible, but it's like such a guilty pleasure.
You truly couldn't stop watching it.
I don't think I could.
No, you
I
wouldn't
could
be
do it,
interested
yeah.
in it. And I think if they did a second season, I wouldn't watch it. Like, I don't need to see that again.
Yeah.
But it was interesting for what it was. I don't know. I
Do
can't think
you
of
know
anything
anything
else.
about that?
How
Love
about-
is Blind?
No.
Reality show. They like take all these men and women and put them in like pods, so you can't see anybody else, and you're like interacting, and like they all fall in love, quote
Yeah.
unquote, and like get engaged, and then they come out of the pods and like see each other, and they're like, "Oh, you're not hot."
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen.
I
Well, it
did
happened with one
hear
couple.
about
Oh,
that.
yeah, one couple.
I'm very interested in that. The same way I was about The Bachelor, where I'll watch it and then I'll be
The
like,
thing is,
I gotta stop. This
They
is
keep calling it
disgusting."
like it's a social experiment, but it's just like
It's
not
just a
really.
fucking
It's-
reality
it's,
show.
just like
Are we
all
done
these
with
hot people.
Are we done with calling things social experiments?
No,
There's so many
apparently not.
There's so many quote unquote quote.
Quote on the quote.
There's so many quote social experiments unquote that I forget where I was going because I fucked up my sentence. We're over it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Billy? Any shows you've been watching?
Yes, Better Call Saul season 5 just started. I've already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing I'm really watching is Castlevania.
Oh.
Season 3 just came back on Netflix. You don't watch that show?
No.
It is fucking incredible. Like, I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's the best like action horror show that I've seen in so long. The animation and the action in it is the best I've ever seen, I think.
Is that based on the video game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on the world of the video game.
Well, yeah. Interesting.
It's so good. It's so good. The first season was really good, and the second season just blew me away.
Yeah.
And then now the third season just started.
Cool.
Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Will this episode air after our Ragnarok episode?
No, before.
Oh, okay.
But we can say that we watched Ragnarok
Okay.
on Netflix.
Yeah, I liked that.
I will just say there is a season 2 episode 7 of Castlevania, the penultimate episode of that season. There's like an insane battle between all of the protagonists and a bunch of vampires, and by the end of it, I was fucking crying
Really?
because of what happened. It's so good. It's so good.
That sounds very
Watch
good.
Castlevania. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's animated?
Yeah.
Man, if you want to make Bill cry, just be an animated show.
Yeah.
that seems to be what gets
I've
him.
cried at Castlevania and Futurama.
Yeah.
It needs to not be like any like type of
Yeah, I
real,
don't care about real people.
reality. Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, it's so well done. I don't know if you would enjoy it because it is like horror, and there's some really gory shit. There's like monsters from hell that are like just ripping people apart.
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, but definitely watch it.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Immediately.
That sounds cool.
All right, Casey, what are you watching?
Yeah, relax. I've watched some TV shows.
Yeah, that's why I fucking asked you after I set it up before.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really been watching anything.
All right, so next year I'll try.
Recently, I've watched This Way Up with Aisling Bea.
Don't know it.
She's like a British comic. It's kind of like it's noted as a dark comedy. First season just ended. It's like, this woman has some emotional troubles, but it's kind of like just her day-to-day life. And there's some awkward comedy. It's like a fun, good watch where, there's like a little bit of like weird comedy, but the way she plays her character is like, she makes these jokes that don't land with people. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then it just shows like how she's trying to like deal with life. So it's like a nice little mix of shows, a mix of like genres. A show that I just found out about today, actually, I think. It's called It's Personal with Amy Hogarth.
I don't think I've heard of that.
What is
one.
that?
She did a show called Almost Royal a few years ago, which I really loved. And then I haven't seen her in anything. And then today I was just scrolling through stuff, and she just started a new show. It's basically, she's like super funny. It's basically like people ask her for help for stuff, and she like goes to them and tries to help them. Like the first one was somebody who like wanted to try to be funny at work and stuff. So she like goes to them and like tries to help them, but it's just very like semi-dry, semi-awkward humor that's pretty good.
It's a real show though? Like these are real people?
Yeah, it's like real people
Okay.
asking for help.
Okay.
But she's like a comic. Is that?
Is she being genuine in the help shit that she's offering?
She is genuinely helping, but also she's just very funny. And they do like voiceover stuff too. So like she can make jokes like,
Oh, okay,
like there was
okay.
like a kind of serious scene where she's like somebody's sister hugs her, and then she's like basically says like, yeah, and well there was another person in this room who could have used a hug, but
Does it compare it all to Nathan for you? Have you watched
That's
that
what
show?
I was thinking of.
it's got a similar premise, but Nathan For You is much more like his ideas
Ridiculous.
are out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is
Okay.
more like normal ideas just done in a funny way.
Okay.
Those are probably the two new shows I've been watching. And of course I've been watching the new season of The Magicians.
Interesting.
I actually watched a ton of shows recently, so I won't go into all of them.
just the highlights.
I watched like 3 or 4 like comedies that only had 2 seasons just because they were the only things I can get.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll watch all these shows,
Well,
but they're over, so
did you only watch the first season of Better Call Saul?
I don't even know if I watched the whole first season.
Oh, okay.
I watched some of it and then it kind of got lost.
Did you
in the
watch Breaking
fray.
Bad?
Yeah.
What happened with Better Call Saul? Just weren't into
Yeah,
it.
I think it was just no. I liked it. I think it was just one of the things where I missed it, and then I was like, oh, I got other things to watch.
Yeah. Well, definitely watch Castlevania and then watch Dark because season 3, the third and final season, comes out in June, I believe.
Mm.
So yeah, if you want to watch it, I'll rewatch it with you, and then we'll watch the final season.
Okay.
But more importantly, we got to make sure that we watch Killing Eve.
Of course.
It comes back next month.
Yeah,
Because this
dude.
really, when all is said and done, this really is just a Killing Eve podcast.
We could have done that.
And we didn't. And we could have gotten through this episode without mentioning it, but like of course we couldn't.
Why would
Casey
we
mentioned
do
it before.
Yeah, why would
No,
we
I
do
know.
that?
I'm saying like we can't get through. Like we
know.
didn't watch it this year, and we're still talking about it on our 2-year anniversary.
I think that it has climbed back into our third most downloaded episode.
Good.
Killing Eve.
Yeah.
So
Good.
just keep talking about it, Case. Just keep plugging it.
I plan on doing it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully these past 2 years, but there's probably some new folks listening too. Please go on to iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you listen to this. Subscribe to the show and leave a review. Most importantly, come on. It takes you 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Go on and leave us a review.
Be like, these guys are great.
Yeah.
You give us 5 stars, and then
Positive
you can say whatever you want.
reviews.
Yeah.
Only.
No, it could be bad reviews in what you say. Just give us 5 stars.
Right.
Nobody reads those.
The text can be anything. Just give us 5 stars.
If you, oh no, never mind. That's kind of close to something someone else does. I'll say if you make fun of me in a very unique way, but give us 5 stars, we'll give you a shout out or something.
Oh, we can still do that. I don't care
Okay.
about copying that kind
All
of
right,
thing.
we stole it.
Okay. Who does that?
John Gabris.
Oh, okay.
He does it on one of his podcasts.
Okay. I don't mind stealing from John Gabers.
Yeah.
We just said his name twice. That's enough of a
Yeah.
plug.
There you go.
If you have suggestions on shows for us to watch, you can go on to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our handles are at TrialByPilot, or you can email us at trialbypilot. No, wait. You can email us at trialbypilot@gmail.com. Jesus Christ. Just said at a lot. And I think that's it.
Oh, okay.
And follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
Where?
What's your name? Okay.
I have a new Twitter I just started. And then I'm gonna have some more Instagrams in the future.
Okay.
But what are they?
Just
I
search
don't know
around.
yet.
Search around online and find Casey's social media.
Well,
account.
my new Twitter is at Casey of Sandwich,
Okay, nice.
so you can follow that one. That might
Okay.
be my new Instagram. That might be one of my new Instagrams, but I'll have a couple.
Okay. Well, I just want to say thanks to you guys for the last 2 years.
You're welcome.
And
welcome.
thank you to the Beats for providing our theme music.
Thanks, Beats.
How did I end it last week? It doesn't matter. I wasn't here last week.
What?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Watching